Hello everyone, Mav Hunter here. Just completed another day, which would be my 9th day of hunting in southwest Arizona here, chasing the over-the-counter archery and mule deer bucks. But saw a few does, small buck today. But the 190-ish buck and the buck that's over 220, they've eluded me today. I did not see them today. I saw them each of the last 3 days. One blown stalk that the swirling wind got me, and then the other two I had setups. I had thought I had the right setup, but then they did totally the opposite I expected and went out the other end of the brush. So it's a little overcast today. You can see the clouds in the background, but get ready for another day. After the rain had stopped, I went out in the late afternoon to an old, grown-up agricultural field where a few days earlier I set up a blind where this old down tree was laying on the ground. I added a little camouflage netting on my back side to provide a little cover so I could move around. Here I've got two mature does out there in front of me, about 120 yards away. Those mature does came around from behind me, from behind where I'm faced now, snuck around me, and I turn around, there they are out in the field. Being January, I'm hoping that maybe a big buck will show up, start chasing these does. But alas, they continue to feed on. As the two mature does moved off, I caught movement to my right, and out came this doe and her fawn, and they moved from my right to my left here, and the doe went into this tree, started feeding. The fawn continued out in the field watching the other two mature does, but soon turns around, comes back to her mama doe. These deer are just feeding just 15 yards away from me. And again, being January, I'm hoping a big buck might come out of the edges here to join these does. Mav Hunter here. I'm in my blind. It's been pretty slow, but I had a couple does come within 15 yards of me tonight. They walked right by my blind and I had the wind right. They just fed their way past me after about 20 minutes. They stood right over there, about 30 feet away from me. It's a beautiful night. Well, I've only got about 15 minutes of shooting light. And that's it for the day. So I got about 15 minutes left. As legal shooting light disappeared and it started to get very dark, a group of 8 does and 2 bucks came out to my left. And they fed out into this field, whereas the 2 bucks started to rut a couple does and chase each other. 1 buck is a respectable 4x4 that was score in the 150 range. The other buck a young 3-point. It's pretty late, it's pretty dark. You can hear the coyotes start to howl and go off. Eventually a coyote enters the field, which causes one of the bucks and the does to snort before they run off to the opposite side. There in the shadows you can see the bucks running, chasing each other.